I'm here at the Greenville Hyatt, and I just happen to have a cameraman on the other side who would help me out with this, so I figured I'd film this here. Tactical Response Fighting Pistol class. If you've never been, you should go, simply for the three-hour lecture that you get on day 2. Everything about the class is designed to make you successful if you have to defend yourself with a gun. And I'm not going to get too much into it, unfortunately, because of certain constraints that they, and it all has to do with legal liability, which we'll talk about at a later time. We could not film that much. As a matter of fact, there's only one little snippet of me shooting. But suffice to say, the guns I took from Ace Firearms, they worked beautifully. They ran like a Swiss watch, no issues at all. The only time I could get them to have a stoppage is when we were training for stoppages, and we were actually throwing empty brass and extra rounds in there. And look who this is. So, here is the story of tactical response, and please don't hurt me. I'm out here getting ready to go to, I've got a bunch of running around to do today because this is the last day of preparation before we get on the road. Before we go to the tactical response class. So today I've got to get the last 2 pieces of the kit. I've got to get ready for the show, got to do the show, got to pack. And I'm taking way too much junk. I truly hate the packing. The packing blows. Pre-broadcast. Heading in to start flipping switches. Last broadcast of the week before we head sort of northwest. I think northwest, yeah. This is day 1. I'm at the Best Western Motel in Camden, Tennessee, and this is day 1. Getting ready to load the car up and head to tactical response for fighting pistol. 2 things. Well, actually 1 thing. Georgia, Tennessee, around your municipalities, get this stupid infrastructure thing right, could you? 7-hour ride turns into 9 hours. But we're here, and the adventure begins. So I sort of feel like I need to stop things here because of certain considerations and everything like safety, and the fact that I did not have a dedicated cameraman with me, I didn't get very much, I didn't get anything filmed there except for what follows this and this little shooting excerpt here. Which I think that was about 8 seconds. But there's a few things I want to point out before we go on to the next part. And that is that, one, the course was excellent. It far exceeded my expectation. The staff of Tactical Response, Jay Davis, Don Numbers, Tim, and the ones Carson, and there's a few other people I just don't remember their names. They were absolutely A1 professionals. They are sort of a, if you're a military type, this is going to be right down your alley. If you have never been involved in the military or any sort of military training and dealt with that kind of a personality, that might rub you a little bit raw, but it's there to get your attention. So listen to the pertinent parts of the instruction. The shooting drills are very well put together simply because they start at, they start from the beginner level and they work their way up to movement. Day 1 is primarily coming up on the target, coming off of the target, learning how to put your shots in the right place because only hits matter, that kind of stuff. Teaching you the basic fundamentals of the way tactical response and James Yeager has developed certain techniques that all work and all overcome gross motor skills. The problem presented with gross motor skills when you're in the middle of a gunfight. All of his technique is all developed with the goal of overcoming gross motor skills. So that all works. I saw the value of that. The movement drills and everything else are very good. Overall, I had a splendid time. There are a few things that stood out that I want to call out real quick. First and foremost was the Ace Firearms pistols that I took, the MACs. This is the MAC FP9, the full-size pistol. I ran this one on day 2. This was for the movement drills. Both of these guns operated absolutely flawlessly. I couldn't ask for anything better. And this is just 2.0. This is not what the MAC is going to be when it grows up. This is just the latest iteration of the prototypes. I also ran the Glock 19 sized one, the CP9. I ran that on day 1. This was day 2. But pay attention to Ace Firearms. There's some great things coming from them. A long time ago, when I was a new guy, when I was a new show, I was looking for sponsors, and I found some new companies, right? And one of them was a company called Sheath Underwear. Now, I have been wearing Sheath Underwear for 4.5 years, but I never tested it in the environment like this past weekend in Camden, Tennessee. 90 to 95 degrees, I think, and the relative humidity, whatever it was really, really high. They had six heat injuries, according to James Yeager. So, Sheath Underwear, sponsoring the show again. There'll be a promo code. The promo code is Lock and Load 35. Go to their website and get 35% off for that one. Lock and Load 35. Okay. Then, once again, since this was a sort of an extreme environment for me to go into, I decided to put the Elevate socks to the test. Now, these I wore with a pair of Under Armour combat boots, and my feet stayed cool and dry all day. And I'm not making that up. Same way with the Sheath Underwear, I'm not making up. The moisture wicking of both of these was far beyond anything I've ever experienced. And for Elevate, well, if you're looking for a way to get a discount on Elevate and you want to try the socks, you want to try the shirts or the sheets, go right here. I will be going back to tactical response. Training is one of the things they teach you is the way to overcome all of your weak points is to train. And I fully embrace that idea. I fully believe that idea. And now, just for a little bit of a difference, and I don't know how many people get to do this, but I got to do it. Here's a word from my host, and I got to join him Sunday night. So, I've always wanted to say this. Hi, I'm Bill Frady here at Tactical Response. Thanks for watching. I'm here with James Yeager. I just finished fighting pistol at Tactical Response.
It's taken years. Years.
6 years. He invited me to come take it 6 years ago, and I did not. And I should have been here 5 years and 10 months ago. So
here we are.
But here we are. So first of all, thanks for inviting me.
I'm glad you came in June when it's really hot.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, I'm
good
testing myself. Yeah, testing myself. See, let's see how far we can take it, and we'll talk about that other stuff later. Blown me away. How comprehensive it was. Your instructors, they move as one person. They stay on the same page the whole time.
Literally, we have a written curriculum.
Yep. The 3-hour lecture that I heard that I had to take today from you, which is recorded by James Yeager. I knew it was going to be good, but I was just thinking, 3-hour lecture. It's worth that just to come to Camden, Tennessee, to watch that 3-hour lecture.
People say it all the time. They also say, why is it a recording? Because even if I was here, it'd be a recording. Because if we go to court, I want to be able to prove exactly what you were told.
Right.
And so there's usually a Q&A after and if I'm here, I do that Q&A. But it's a recording not to, not because somebody's lazy or whatever, but it's for a consistent message that will hold up in court.
Right. That was one thing. Everything that you do here is designed around getting you in the best possible position you can be in if you have to use a gun in self-defense.
For 3 fights: gunfight, emotional fight, and legal fight.
And they're all covered here at Tactical Response. So, tacticalresponse.com. The schedule is up there. I am now an alumni. So,
no, you're an alumnus.
An alumnus.
Yeah, it's the singular.
Okay.
You're one of our alumni.
Gotcha. Not only can you learn how to fight with a gun here, but you can also get some English lessons
I'll
here
learn
as
you
well.
some English.
Thank you so much. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.